Hi, and welcome to our podcast. Today, we are talking about the transformation paradox of AI adoption in finance. Companies are pouring money into ERPs and AI tools for FP&A, treasury, receivables, and payables, promising faster closes and less manual work. But many teams are still stuck on spreadsheets, still reconciling by hand, still doing double work across old and new systems. So, why isn't the productivity showing up? That is what we are unpacking today with two guests who have lived this from both sides. Our first guest is Stanley Chia. He built a platform that now serves over 3,000 schools in 105 countries, and he has spent his career democratizing college access, giving counselors better tools to guide students. Joining him is Sirish Kumar, Entrepreneur of the Year and winner of Best Payment Product from the Asian Banker. Sirish is a CFO turned product entrepreneur who has built finance functions at Cargill, Motorola, Nokia, and PayPal. He founded Sirista to help organizations shift finance from reporting the past to shaping decisions through diagnosis, capability building, workflow redesign, and implementation. One has spent years building tech that removes friction from students. The other has spent years rebuilding finance from the inside out. Let's get into why AI adoption in finance keeps promising so much and delivering so little. Stanley, over to you.
Our first question, when you look at the finance function today, where is AI already creating real value and where is the market still ahead of reality?
Thanks, Stanley. I look forward to having this conversation with you. I think if you start looking at the basics, you would start with saying, okay, I get data from all over, right? It could be spreadsheets, it could be some ERP system, it could be some emails. And how do I extract and just start classifying them? Talk of transaction classification, talk of categorization so that I can simplify how the whole P&L looks like or how the balance sheet looks like. So that's one way of starting the focus of where should we spend time on automating it or focusing on reducing time around it. The other is, of course, you have the whole concept of reconciliation support. The finance team and the accounting teams are spending a lot of time uh, trying to reconcile two sets of statements or books. And that has been largely manual. And if you ask any finance person, the finance person will be really very keen to elaborate as to why he or she should not be spending time doing this, right? If I really start getting into another area where, to answer your question about what are the areas of automation, I think the fundamental thing about forecasting your business also becomes truly important. Traditionally, you have spreadsheets, multiple versions, multiple scenarios. And what happens is that the finance person is generating many, many scenarios. And after that, it becomes very difficult to start showing these multiple files with thousands of rows to non-finance people who may struggle to figure out what's the crux of the entire file, right? Which runs into thousands of rows. And I think lastly, what I'll say is that once you have tried to look at these 2, 3 areas, the other thing that we would talk about here would be the concept of reports, the concept of saying who should, I'm giving one report to one stakeholder. It could be within finance. There will be another person who's not in finance and is looking for reports. And these reports given in standard forms actually become very difficult to understand. And if these reports are explaining what has already happened, then the person who's reading the report is trying to now figure out the underlying message from these numbers that comes out in the report. So what I would also take you to a very interesting part is the decision support. So what happens now is that since the workflows are independent, for example, financial planning analysis is independent from ER. A workflow is built by someone only for accounts payable. A workflow is built only for treasury function. These are not connecting. When these are not connecting, what is happening is there is a decision that is being made in silos. And can we now have a decision which can be done after connecting those workflows? And I think that's another big area where we see a big opportunity for automation and injection of AI. And I would say that there are many more interesting areas, but I will leave this, in this i- by signaling around 3 or 4 areas, and we can focus more if you want me to elaborate more.
That's a wrap on today's conversation. The big takeaway: the tools aren't the bottleneck, the workflows and mindsets around them are. Thanks to Stanley and Sirish for sharing how they are tackling that from two different angles. Next time, we are double clicking on this, looking at specific finance workflows where AI can cut effort today, comparing the old manual process to the improved version with a few real examples. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time.